Hello guys, my name is Solar, and today I will be showing you all of the different data types for variables. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is string. Strings can store any sets of characters or an array of characters. Because of this, the characters must be surrounded by double quotation marks so it can indicate the beginning of the string to the end of the string. As you can see in my example, string hello world equals hello world. Hello world is surrounded by double quotation marks since it is a string. The next variable type we're going to look at is byte. Bytes can store integers, except they can only store 8 bits. As you can see by my example, I've created a byte called num, and it is storing a value of 127. Following bytes, we have shorts. Shorts are quite similar to bytes, except they can store more values. They can store up to 16 bits. In my example, I've created a short called number2, and it's storing the value of 32,767. After that, we have int. Int stands for integer, and as you can tell by the name, it can store integers, so negative values, 0, and positive values. Ints can store up to 32 bits. Another type of variable that can store integers is long, except long can store long values. They can store up to 64 bits. And after long, we have float. An example right here of a float is float number 3 equals 77. Floats can store up to 32 bits. The next one, which contains a number, is double. Doubles are used to store any real values, which means decimal numbers, negative decimal numbers, 0, and things like that. So I've created an example called double number 4 equals 7.1234567. As you can see, it's storing the real value of 7.1234567. Next, there is char. Char stands for character, and therefore it can hold one single character. Unlike a string, you use single quotation marks for a char, and you give it a single key. As you can see in my example, I've done char letter equals A. Strings store many chars, but chars can only store one character. Finally, we have Boolean. Boolean can only be two values, true or false. They can come in very handy when you want to check if your code, if something has been completed, so if it's true or if it's false. As you can see by my example, I've created a variable called check, and it has a value of false. Now let's apply our knowledge of variables to some code, and let's output it on the output screen, and let's do some user input. As you can see, I've used the console class, I've given it a reference variable of C, and I've used the commands within it to create these three lines right here. There is c.print, hello, what is your name? What this command will do is it will write to the output screen, hello, what is your name? The next line, which is right here, string name equals c.readLine, will read the line for a string. This will store the value of that string within the identifier, so the string name, and I can use this value later on. Afterwards, we have c.println, hello plus name plus exclamation mark. What this will do is print the line hello, and then it will put the stored value of name along with an exclamation mark. Now let's head over and run this code. As you can see, it says hello, what is your name? I will enter Solar since that's my name, and then it tells me hello Solar. Okay, so that is all of the different data types for variables and how you apply them. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.